Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents Scents. How you doing? Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a fragrance from the house of Abercrombie Fitch. Of course, that brand most well known for being a clothing brand at your local mall, most likely, and also for the fragrance Fierce, which probably don't need to tell you this, but when Fierce came out, it practically took over the world. The stuff was everywhere. And that DNA that Fierce established is still everywhere because Fierce is still around, and then also Mont Blanc Legend. But we're not talking about a Fierce fragrance today. Oh no, we're talking about Away for men. As always, we're gonna take a look at the presentation. I'll break the fragrance down for you a little bit, and just fair warning, this one has gotten a ton of hate, and I'll let you know what I think about it. So let's check it out. I'll leave this linked in the description below as well in case you want to check it out. I paid right around $37 for it, if memory serves correctly. I got mine from Fragrance Buy. It is also available at other discounters, but it is right around that $40 range right now. Also, if you want to save some money at some fragrance websites, pause the video. Here are some websites, here are some codes. All right, good. Let's keep it going. Let's take a look at the old presentation, shall we? Here you got the front of the box. You have the name of the fragrance, name of the house, the size, and the concentration. It is an eau de toilette. And I have to say that this kind of styling actually reminds me of Creed Aventus, right? I mean, this is like a dead ringer for Aventus. This style right here with the silver and black, yeah, dead ringer. Nothing up top. On the sides, it is mirrored and also is a fingerprint magnet. Also, nothing on the back. On the bottom, you have your badge code, barcode, and your ingredient information. My badge code, LK22. And here we have the bottle. Pretty hefty, feels good in the hand, has the name of the house and the name of the fragrance on the front there. Kind of interesting the way it's designed. You have this little mechanism that sits over top the atomizer, and you just flip that down whenever you want to spray the fragrance and then pop it back up, and it locks into place. I'm sure you can hear that. And you can't push it forward. I guess technically you could, you would just break it. Then on the bottom, you have a sticker with your batch code. So let's go ahead and share a couple sprays. All right, here we go. It's all right. But overall, I do like the look of the bottle. I like the style, and I like the mechanism. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, Away has been getting hated on. Yeah. People have been drinking the haterade as they smell this one, and I gotta be honest with you guys, it's not that bad. It really is not that bad. Now, of course, when it comes to Fragrantica, that's what we're talking about here as far as ratings go. I don't know how useful that website is for most people as far as just the ratings go on there. It's a lot of times all over the place, and you'll have a whole bunch of people confused like, hey man, this is nowhere near as bad as it says on here. And that's essentially because a lot of people will just go on there and everything. Now, with that said, I can tell you why this has gotten the hate, if you want to call it that it has. First things first, it smells similar to Y Eau de Toilette from Yves Saint Laurent. It's not the same as Y Eau de Toilette, but it's in that overall style. The blue fragrance stylings of fragrances similar to Y, if you want to call it that. And by that, I mean it's very fresh and sweet off the top. It's very clean as well. Actually, I think the opening smells awesome. I think for the price here that it smells really, really good initially. So much so that I sprayed this on, and I sprayed Sauvage on at the same time. Had a couple people smell the fragrances, didn't tell them what it was, and Away was the winner. So yeah, I mean, if you're just talking straight up mass appeal, which let's be real here, guys, we're talking Abercrombie Fitch, okay? They're trying to make a fragrance here that people are gonna like, that's gonna be wearable. They're not trying to come out with something with Away that's gonna be, setting the fragrance world on fire with a revolutionary new scent profile. Now, you could say they did that with Fierce potentially, but that's not what they're going for here. You kind of have to understand, this is Abercrombie & Fitch. Who is this being made for? Does it succeed at doing that? I think that's the correct way to approach evaluating fragrances instead of going, oh, this is a blue fragrance that people are gonna like? Ugh, get that the out of here. So anyway, enough screwing around. Yeah, a bit similar to why Eau de Toilette in the opening. Is it the exact same? No, it's not. It's not quite as sweet as Y is, and I would say maybe it's even a little fresher than Y is. So it has pineapple in the opening along with grapefruit and violet. And even though that note breakdown is quite different from Y, the way that they mesh together does end up giving you a little bit of a similar feel. Again, not the exact same at all, but kind of in the same wheelhouse. You know, the same way that somebody might say Versace Dylan Blue smells like Bleu de Chanel. Do they actually smell the same when you spray them on side by side? Absolutely not. But this is what happens with blue fragrances always. People will dumb it down and they'll just be like, oh, it smells the same. Does it really? No. Is it similar? Sure. So yeah, a little Y action going on in there. Geranium and ginger in there as well. And you can pretty much pick that up right away. It adds to that very fresh, lively opening. As it dries down, it does differ further from Y. So Y is going to have a little more of that sweetness, a little more heft as well. When Away gets into the dry down, it's mainly a dry and clean woody vetiver. All the sweetness at that point from the opening has faded away, so you're going to be getting mainly just those woods. That's really what it's going to settle in on. And between Y Eau de Toilette and Away, Y is the better performing fragrance as well. So that's going to be another reason that this one has gotten a bit of hate, because it doesn't perform as well as some people would like. For myself though, the performance is actually fine. It's not great. It is absolutely not great, but for a fragrance of this style, again, a very fresh, clean blue scent, like a lighter blue scent, it's fine. Off my skin, 4 or 5 hours seems to be around the average. Projection is actually really good initially. Like through the top and the first part of the mid, the projection is solid. I can easily pick it up. It's just once it hits the dry down with those woods, the vetiver, then it's pretty soft. It sits closer to the skin. So it is a little bit of tale of two fragrances there. The opening, you get really good performance, good push, but then when it settles in, softens up quite a bit. But again, I'm not gonna really slag on it too much there because this is the type of fragrance that I would reach for when it's really warm outside and I just want something easygoing and, as I said, fresh, clean, and with just a little touch of that sweetness off the top from the fruits. So I'm sure you see where I'm going here, but I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as a lot of people have let on here. I've smelled much worse, and actually I've smelled many fragrances way worse than this one. And actually when I got this in, I bought a bunch of fragrances from Fragrance Buy, and this is one of the ones I threw in there. I was expecting it, frankly, to be pretty horrible, just based off of general reactions that I had read. And then when I got it in, I was thinking to myself, this actually smells pretty nice. Like, I don't see any reason. It's one of those deals where sometimes, even if a fragrance is maybe a little bit simple and very safe, you have to boil it down to just, do you like how it smells? Do I like how Abercrombie & Fitch Away smells? Yes, it's that simple. As far as seasonality, when you'd use it, stuff like that, spring, summer is gonna be the sweet spot here. Daytime use as well, not nighttime use. Safe in the office, safe casually, just overall a really people-pleasing fragrance. You could really wear it just about whenever you want. Not too youthful. I mean, younger guys can easily pull this off, but it doesn't go too far with the sweetness. So you got a lot of different ages that could easily pull this off as well. I think the main issue here, the main sticking point potentially is the price. $40, that's not a bad price. A lot of times Abercrombie & Fitch fragrances also are not marked off a huge amount. I mean, you look at Fierce, it's still fairly expensive at discounters. The authentic fragrances, some of those have gone down to a more cheap, more affordable price point. And I think with Away, that if this dropped, you know, just $10 more, then that would put it right in that cheapy sweet spot range, you know? $28 to $32. I know it's like super specific, but somewhere in that price range for 100 mils with a really nice presentation with a mechanism, gonna get you a fragrance with some similarities to Y Eau de Toilette. Very fresh, as I said, very uplifting, very clean, very easy to wear with great versatility and a big compliment factor as well. In that price range, I think you can pretty easily overlook the performance deficiencies, which some people have had apparently really bad luck just getting complete crap performance. And like I said, mine not great, but not so bad that I would write it off completely. I mean, really, you should approach this one with the thought process of it's an eau de toilette of a fresh blue fragrance with a light blue coloration. They're kind of telling you it's not going to be some monster performer, right? So set your expectations accordingly. It should be fine. And as always, spray a little heavier if you need to. Spray your clothes. You'll be good to go. So for me, Abercrombie & Fitch Away, even at its current price point, actually a pretty good pickup. And I think if it lowers just a bit more, then it will be a very solid pickup. Again, keeping in mind, just to reiterate for the 58th time, if you're looking for something with a lot of power that's very strong, look elsewhere. But if you don't mind a fragrance that sits in that average freshy range for performance, or maybe potentially off your skin slightly below average, you're okay with that? Yes, really dig it. And a lot of times I'll tell you, don't go too heavy with the trigger, don't be that guy. Understand your fragrance and wear the fragrance accordingly, like match the number of sprays to what you're doing. But with this one, this is one of the ones that I think you could load it down and you'll be pretty safe. All right, that'll do it for me. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Let me know if you smelled a way. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. See you again soon with another fragrance video. See you later.